We do exercise daily. Then why do we need asana?
Yoga, 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 yoga. आओ मेरे दोस्तों हम अपनाएं yoga.
It's a good question where we have to focus that they say mostly asana is nothing but exercise. But remember, yogasana is not exercise. We can differentiate. Yeah, it may have the similar characteristics, but they are not similar. Let me tell you, if you don't do exercise, your muscles get wasted, the capacity of oxygen decreases, the capacity or the sensitivity of insulin decreases, ability to meet the physical demands, sudden activity will be reduced, will be lost if you don't do the asana. So I told you before, if we don't do exercise, our muscle, it will be wasted. One, we can be weak with the capacity to absorb oxygen, insulin sensitivity will be reduced, most of the things will be lost. So exercise is compulsory for the body. If yogasana gives these many things, then why exercise gives these many things? If not doing exercise, these many things will happen. Why should we do only yogasana, not exercise? We have some things, part of this process to understand. Develops good physical healthy stretching, massage, stimulating the pranic channels and internal organs also by doing the yogasanas. Before understanding both the things, we will understand how exercise actually works, or in exercise what happens. To keep in quite common, what happens when you do exercise? So when you do the exercise, during the exercise, the breath, the metabolism, the body temperature, the level of exhaustion, you have to keep these things in mind. The first thing you have to observe during exercise, the breath and the metabolism speeds up, there increases. And most important thing, the oxygen consumption will be more oxygen will be consumed when you do exercise, because of the rapid breathing and accelerated metabolism. The level of the oxygen in your body will be consumed fastly, and you will be in need of more oxygen. If you won't get proper much oxygen, then your body will go under the catabolism, which is not much good for the health. Understand? And your body gets more hot. That means heat will be increased. But when in yogasana, it's a good thing. Totally opposite. But where in yogasana, or when yogasana is performed, the respiration and metabolism will be slow and reduced. Will be slow and reduced. What? The respiration and the metabolism. What about the oxygen? As these both the things are reduced, the absorption level of oxygen will be increased, and the consumption of oxygen will be reduced, because there is no need to use more oxygen. There is no need, because we haven't consumed that level of oxygen also when we do yogasana. These things we have to consume in our mind, and always remember the body temperature will drop when you do yogasana. For example, when you do nice yoga practice and you just lay down, what do you feel? You feel heat or you feel cool? You feel coolness. That means your body temperature have been dropped. Once, if I go for a dynamic practices or advanced practices, when we go for stretchings and we hold the breath, we hold the posture, we go with a slow breathing, inhale deeply and exhale completely, and those things. Then when we go to relaxation, that state, I feel very cool. Sometimes I go into sleep if I exhausted more, but when I wake up, I feel very shivered, like coolness, full cool. Always remember, when a posture has been done through yogic way, that means in yogasana has been practiced, your body temperature will be low or it will be dropped. Your oxygen consumption will be less. The breath and metabolism is reduced or it is slow. That's how the yoga posture endures or helps, which which helps in stimulating or affecting the glands in our body. And also the yoga posture tends to arrest the catabolism, whereas exercise promotes it. Always remember. So that is the difference between exercise. Okay, when somebody ahead of you will ask, okay, Chanakya, tell me, I am doing exercise daily. Why should I do yogasana? Then give a proper explanation. Don't say that yoga, asana, breathe. Don't say these things. Tell the proper scientific explanation, which have been given us by centuries ago by our rishis and yogis to us. They gave a proper and particular definition or a reason why yogasana is more better than exercise. I'm not negating you should not do exercise, but do which is better. I say yogasana and I prefer yogasana because it helps in, I told you the benefits, oxygen levels, breath and metabolism, and all these things. Keep them in mind whenever someone asks you, as you're going to be the yoga instructors in future, they will, quite common, they will ask, why I do exercise, then why I should do? Give this particular answer. If they say, no, that is wrong, you talk to me, tell him, sir, Chanakya sir has told like this, and it has been proven, scientifically proven. We have in SUSA, there is a lab, Anveshna, where everything will be done in researches which we have been given by our ancestors. Okay. So everyone take pen and notes. Breathing. As I told you, slow and steady breath. Always remember, when you do an asana, consider the breathing. Always. It should be slow, and in some posture you have to hold them. 1. 2, awareness. Make it as a bullet points. Awareness. So when you do a posture, you should be in aware of each and every particular body part and the main part where it is stimulating, and that particular part is having the blood circulation properly or not. You should try to feel these things. So awareness of these things. And always remember, there are some postures considered as self-complementary postures, like Trikonasana, Parivritta Trikonasana, Pashvakonasana, Garudasana. All these things are considered as the self-complementary posture, where if you do from the right side, don't forget to do left side also. So balance with the right and left. Okay. Then later, relaxation. Always remember, when you stimulate your body, don't leave it like that. Relax it. You should relax it, because you won't keep your whole bike whole night running, right? Once you reach home, you will stop it and you will keep it aside to engine cool down. Let the engine cool down, right? So always relax your body once you stimulated it. Then sequence. Follow a proper sequence, like, yes, I just first know, as you are an instructor, when you went to teach Sukshma Vyayama and loosening practices and Surya Namaskaras we do, or sometimes we skip the Surya Namaskaras and after the loosening practices we directly jump to asanas. Don't do like that. Start in a sequence. First go for Shakti Vikasika or Sukshma Vyayama, then loosen your joints and body, then go for a good high, warm-up exercise like Surya Namaskara. Start with the slow and increase the pace. Then after Surya Namaskara, relax a bit. Do like QRT or quick relaxation technique or a few deep breathings. Then go for asanas. Either start from something, but don't make it like mix it up. Either start from standing, sitting, prone and supine. Rather go in this way. Don't mix them. First one posture. Yes. Come to Ardha Gatti. Okay. 2 sides done. Then sit down. Do Paschimottanasana. Then again stand up, go for Trikonasana. Don't do these things. If you are teaching for standing, then finish the standing sequence. Whatever you do, don't repeat them after another kind of practice. Then once the standing finish, go for sitting, then go for prone, then go for supine. I feel I give my personal technique. Start with standing, then go for sitting, then go for prone posture, lying down on your abdomen. Then finally go for supine posture. If they are not beginners and they are good practitioners, then add inversions like Shirshasana, handstand and all. Then you go for Shavasana and relaxation. This is my asana sequence, which I prefer mostly. Sometimes I might not teach them the standing asanas, or I will directly go to sitting. Then I will go only sitting posture. I will make them to hold and maintain. and then I will go to supine. Only 2 I may take in consideration of practice, timing and all. Then mostly the counter pose. Always remember, if you are doing a back bend, don't forget to do the forward bending. Okay, already our spine is curved. If you bend more, the level of curve will be increased. So counter pose, bend forward to reach the normal state. The advanced practitioner will stretch their body like full bend and they go and they maintain as they'll walk like this. That is not good. Alignment of the body is compulsory. So counter pose is compulsory. You bend back, then you should bend forward. If you stretch left, you should stretch opposite side, the left side, left, then right. Always do the complementary postures. Don't forget, the counter pose is compulsory. And if you're teaching outside, when you get into the market, you will get a lot of clients or students where with various kind of practices and different types. They come with back bending, or they might come with back pain also. You will get advanced practitioners and you will get the patients. We won't say patient, but participants who wants to get cured of these things. So you have to handle both of them sometimes. So always remember, if you're giving extreme forward bending for an advanced practitioner, it is good. But if you're giving the same extreme bending forward to a person who has a back pain or any other cardiac diseases, it is totally wrong. You should avoid it. So know your student and teach them, and know your body and practice them. Next, time of practice. Always remember, the time you have to practice yogasana should be also considered. According to Hatha Yoga, it says before the sunrise, because at the time you will have more oxygen in the environment, surroundings. Okay, that thing you have to consider. Pregnancy. At the time of pregnancy, mostly for the ladies, please, if you're pregnant, then there are certain practices which you have to avoid, and there are certain practices which will help in normal delivery or the enhancing the growth of the baby, and it also keeps your baby well, and it's also keep you well, this thing. So pregnancy, prenatal courses, postnatal courses, there are some kind of courses. Learn them properly under the guidance of a proper teacher or any doctor. Then only you go outside in the market and teach them. Not just with why I say I finished, I can just directly go outside and I will teach. No, you should learn, you should practice. And please don't try the natal practices on the pregnant woman unless you're confident. Please, this thing you have to keep in mind. Then the age limitations. Yes, there are some age limitations. Not it doesn't work with everyone, but always consider the age limitations. Yes, I'm an advanced practitioner. I can teach advanced asanas to everyone. So now a 40 years uncle will come, or 40 years man, sorry, you can't say uncle, a 40 years man or a 60 years old man are coming to your class. Oh, I will teach them in that pace. Never do that. Don't teach high advanced practices to the higher age people. And it's better if you don't even teach the same higher level of advanced practices. Minimum 12 years should be there. Don't teach below 12 years. Okay, their body is growing. If you teach them these things, there are some chances where the growth of the body might stop. So always remember, the children can perform more flexible, because in my childhood also I used to wrap myself whole body and I used to sleep. My father used to say those things. I don't remember, but he used to say that I will go to Garbhapindasana properly, and I used to sleep when I was a child, because at the time it is the time of growing where the body will be flexible. So age limitations are there. It's better, I suggest, not to teach highly advanced postures to small children. Minimum 12 years would be better to teach them advanced practice. So consider this, and never practice on the bare land. Always use a mat, any blanket, something you use, put it on the floor and do the posture. Next, the cloths which you wear. I feel one thing bad, but I can't change, or we can't change, which happens nowadays in the society. For advanced postures, we use the thick, sticky clothes. Actually, for asanas, you should never use that. Only for the competition purpose, you may use, because the posture has to be visible. That's why they use in competitions. Okay, till one exception. But please don't practice with the same clothes on your body and do the practices. No, your body has to sweat and it has to be gone out. Please don't use too sticky clothes, tights to your body. Wear the cotton clothes, which will absorb nicely, properly the sweat. It's a good thing. It will be free and flexible. Use the proper pajamas for your body when you do the practice. I mean, bathing, snanam cheyadam. Always go for a cool water bath before you go for asana, because the cool water will generate the heat from inside to open up to your body, so that you don't need to excess more energy, exert yourself for warming up. So go for the cool water bathing for your body. Next, common thing which happens is we do yogasana early. So we get up early in the morning and directly we'll run to the mat. Never do that. Get up, freshen up yourself, go empty your bowels. Defecation is compulsory before doing the practice. Emptying the bowels with the night food in your stomach, please try, don't do the practice. It will give an adverse effects on your body. So please avoid these things. Then empty stomach. It is told that if you do with the empty stomach, it would be better, so that you would avoid the reverse peristaltic movement. That means you would avoid vomiting. And doing in postures and vomiting is not something which is very good. It may even, chronic level of damage to you. So please, soon after lunch or food, anything, at least give 3 to 4 hours. If you have drunk water or juices, give minimum to half an hour to 1 hour for the practice. If you are exerting in between, take a sip just to wet your mouth, not to fill your stomach. Okay, understand these things. So keep totally empty your stomach. Then it comes to the diet. Diet is something which you have to follow, as we all know, sattvic diet. Why? Because when we perform some asanas or when we do the yogic practices, the toxins of our body will be released from the system. Sometimes there are some chances these toxins may enter into the blood circulation, as the posture will help you increase the circulation of your blood into that particular body. So if you have these kind of foods which in the end of the glycolysis, or which in the end of the metabolism, it remains of these things are considered as radicals, right? So these are nothing but the toxins which are in your body. So when you are a good practitioner and you're having unsattvic diet or most junk food, all these things, or high oily food which have more anti-radicals into your body, releases more these things, and that might affect your practice. Okay, if you're nothing but if you're doing yogasanas and all these things just for fitness purpose, not for the higher spirituality level, then it might not give an adverse effect to you. But if you are an sadhaka, if you want to achieve the level of moksha, if you are in the path of moksha, in the path of spirit, then you should compulsory follow sattvic diet through asanas. Good. And no straining. Remember, as another point, no straining. So when you do an asana, there should not be strain. Okay, begin chesi, the tightening yourself, holding your breath, engaging all the muscles and these things. Please don't do that. That is totally something which you are giving stress to your body. You should not do. Avoid those things. Always be aware of the contraindications. The most important point, the contraindications. So if I give forward bending for a high BP person, hypertension, then oh my God, he will get more blood pressure. It will increase more. So always remember the limitations and contraindications of an asana, and then observe the student. If he can do, then only you give to them. If not, please don't do these things. Avoid these things. The next, inverted asanas, inversion postures. Shirshasana, Sarvangasana, Halasana, Vrishikasana, Vyagrasana. There are some kind of postures, handstand, all these things considered as inversion, where your head will be down and legs will be up, where your blood circulation from bottom of your body to the top, it goes, considered as inversion postures. First, you practice them. you reach the level where you can maintain minimum for 5 seconds to 20 seconds, then you teach them to others. And always remember, if you are teaching an inversion asanas to others, first teach them how to fall. If you don't know how to fall, then don't teach them. First you learn how to fall, then you teach them to how to fall from an inversion posture, so that they may avoid major injuries in their body. Okay. Then the final point, keep it in your mind always, the termination of an asana. That means when you should not do asana, or when you shouldn't do the asana, when you should stop the asana or stop the posture. For example, everyone knows Ustrasana. I am going to Ustrasana. So here I have to keep my thigh and my legs perpendicular. My thigh should be perpendicular to the ground. Okay. Then I have to bend my whole body back. Then here I may get a lot of pain in my thighs and my neck backside and my back. If I am getting severe pain which is not bearable, then I should stop the practice immediately. So please don't exert or push yourself to embrace that severe pain that might give you more damage to your body. To be frank, I experienced it. I was an advanced practitioner in back bending. So I will show you simply that this is, if this is my body, I bent my back this much, 90 degrees totally. And I held it for 5 minutes. So my previous practice, it made me to hold it for 3 minutes. Then later I pushed it myself. Then I maintained for 5 minutes. I got a severe pain, but I didn't listen to my body. I just, yes, I can do it, with overconfidence and with over potentiality. I went, and actually I successfully beat it 5 minutes to maintaining that back bending. But later, 3 months, I couldn't do any back bend postures. 3 months. It's a personal experience of mine. In the power of youth, I did all those things, but I have paid the price for that. 3 months I couldn't do any back bending asanas. It, for some people, it might still hurt. I'm luckily I came out of that thing, but it still affects somewhere in my back bending posture. So please never push your capacity or push your limits to reach the position. It may be considered as also show off. So please don't do these things. Okay. So these are the points which you have to consider for an asana, for yogasana. Then one more thing, according to Hatha Yoga Vidya Paramgopyam, there is a shloka. That means this, if you want to be an Hatha Yoga practice. So Hatha Yoga is for those who want to reach the heights of Raja Yoga. So to achieve the Raja Yoga, one should practice Hatha Yoga. It is mentioned in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. I will show you a book. So this is the book, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, by Yoga Publication Trust, Bihar, by Swami Mukti. So present in the right now, this book is considered as the authentic Hatha Yoga practice book. It gives a wonderful practices of Hatha Yoga, and it also gives wonderful knowledge about Hatha Yoga. It can be called as Hatha, it can be called as Hatha, both. No, don't confuse. I sometimes say Hatha, I sometimes say Hatha. Both are same. Ha and Ta, sun and moon, that's all. Okay. So Hatha Yoga says you have to practice very secretly. Your practice should be discreetly. Know the knowledge from a guru, gain it, and do it as discreetly as you. That means in modern age, you don't say that, okay, I'm practicing inside, I don't share with others. Don't do those things. You practice, you gain experience, teach others, but don't practice with everyone or in front of everyone if you are an Hatha Yoga practitioner. Okay, eat what Hatha Yoga says. Whereas it comes to the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the Raja Yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutra is nothing but an example of Raja Yoga. You know the 4 streams of yoga, right? Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga has been developed by Swami Vivekananda ji from the Bhagavad Gita, where all these 4 streams have been taught us in Bhagavad Gita by Sri Lord Krishna, right? And the best example for Raja Yoga in our lives to practice is Patanjali Yoga Sutras. If you go through the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, there are the 4 chapters. In the 4th chapter, in the 2nd chapter, you will be taught all this Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, and Pratyahara in the 2nd chapter. And in the 3rd chapter, you will be taught Dharana, Dhyana, Sayama. Okay. So go with the texts. I will share to Srinivas Reddy sir. He will share you some good text regarding these postures. Follow them. Please don't believe all the things which you get outside fancy yoga practitioners. We see mostly in Instagram and YouTube. They do for the marketing purpose. I don't blame the YouTube because there are many of the people who teach the same traditional method in the YouTube also, but we are totally addicted and we are totally directed to fancy. You know what does the fancy means? That leaving the main motto of the traditional way and leaving the main motto of that particular practice and going into something which looks attractive. Always remember, even Lord Hanuman got distracted by the Lord's son by seeing it has a fruit. That is nothing but Maya. Don't enter into the field of Maya. In Yogasana, if we say, that is the Instagram postures or YouTube fancy yoga videos. I don't say they're wrong, but if you are a sadhaka, go with the scriptures. If you are a sadhaka, go with a guru. Always be under the guidance of a guru. I still call my professors or my teachers from Bangalore and from Rishikesh if I have any doubts. To be frank, when Srinivas Reddy sir asked me to take a theory session, I got scared because I'm just a 25 years old guy and I'm not much into this theory field. I can teach you the practices in practical way, but when I got an opportunity, thanks for Srinivas Reddy sir for giving me this opportunity. I came up, and before coming in front of you, I went a good discussion with some of the teachers who I can talk to freely and I can ask him doubts and all. Then I went through the books. So same thing which I am telling you this thing because even I am a yoga therapist. I have done my bachelor's degree. I have done my master's degree. I have done my YIC course. I have done my Ashtanga Vinyasa 500 hours, which is the highest level in the Ashtanga Vinyasa. But still, I go through the basic of the books because so that I might not lose the original and real way. That means the traditional way. Always go with the traditional, then modify it. Keeping the traditionality in your mind into the practice, then modify it, because the modification is compulsory, as the yogis and rishis have done modifications for us. When you have the clients or you have the students, when someone come and seek yoga from you, they might not do the exact traditional way, they might not do the level how much you can do, but you can modify them practices for the sake that they can attain the same effects or the posture the traditional way. I don't say that modification is not necessary. It is necessary for one part, but don't make everything into modification and don't make the modification as the highest. Keep in the mind of the traditional way. That keeps the purity, the sanity of the posture or the practicing yoga. Always keep these things in your mind. Okay. Then when it comes to the yoga practice, the alignment, practicality, alignment. So if you are going to be a yoga instructor, please keep the alignment in your mind. So what is an alignment? Alignment is nothing but the proper position of your body. It should be somatophysical. The practice should be somatophysical. What does the somatophysical means? Somatophysical means the shape of the body and the organs of the body in your body have to be aligned. So when you do the posture, for example, I lifted my both the arms up and I bent side, like Tiryak Tadasana, interlocking fingers, stretching out and bending sideways, Tiryak Tadasana. And if I twist there, I might get hurt. I might get these things. I might get hurt my neck. Or sometimes when I do Trikonasana, if I bend forward or if I bend backward, not bending laterally, that might hurt my hip joint, that might hurt my shoulder scapula. Disalignment. This is considered disalignment. So always know how a posture should be maintained. Always know how a posture should be hold. Okay. So alignment keep in your mind. Know the physical anatomy of the body. Go for the yoga anatomy. Hatha Yoga Pradipika gives a proper yoga anatomy knowledge. Please go with the scriptures and all these things. Thank you. Namaste.
Okay.
If you have any doubts, please
Thank you
ask.
very much, Chanakya Sima. Excellent class, very interesting class. I
Thank you, sir.
introduced to last, approximately 10 years before to Yogasana University. He is the one of my student I proud of. Very beautiful explanation, very interesting class. So if you want to become a doctor, if you want to become a good teacher, if you want to become a collector, so Sharira Madhyam Kalu Dharma Sadhanam. So this body is the medium to reach our goal. So beautiful explanation about the physical body and Yogasana and physical exercise differences are excellent. So totally your class is excellent. You have the bright future. Continue your journey. God bless you. Sri Krishna Bhagavan and Vivekananda bless you. Chanakya Sima, good, excellent. If you have any doubts, please ask.
Yes, sir. I'm having the doubts, sir.
Okay. Continue.
Sir, as for the actually exercise and or yoga, so initially actually when we are doing the some physical exercise like yoga, so basic asana we are taking the breathing, it will come more respiration condition, more to breathe. It's a uncontrollable condition. While after getting the stability, we are taking the lower level of oxygen. Means is it the asana sthiratvam, means stability of asana or any other phenomena in this concept, sir?
No, if in the starting time, the breath and body will be uneven. First point,
Yes, sir.
always keep it in mind. So it is
Yes, sir.
uneven. It doesn't work with the respiration. It doesn't work with oxygen. There
Yes,
might
sir.
be many reasons, but
Yes, sir.
all we have to focus is the pattern of breath combined with the movement of the asana.
Yes, sir.
So where you need to hold at particular point, you should hold it, and where you have to exhale that particular point, and where you have
Yes.
to inhale, you have to inhale, and where you have to maintain the normal breathing at particular point. If you understand these things, and if you practice them for more time, then everything will be harmonized, like in the balanced.
Okay, means getting the stability while asanas, practicing the asana.
So if you do more breathing, faster breathing, shallow breathing, you might lose the stability.
Yes, sir.
So going with the slow and deeper breathings, you can hold them stability of asanas, because the stability works in both the ways, two ways: nervous, on your nervous system, and on your mind.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So where your nervous system is strong and active, and where your mind is calm, and both
Yes.
the things are affected by breathing. Always remember, if you breathe
Yes.
slow and like reduced and deeper way, the nervous system,
Yes.
parasympathetic system is activated, where it helps keep your mind cool and calm, like that.
Yes, sir.
So go with the
Sir,
slow breathing for more stability.
Yes, sir. Sir, another one doubt is this. Actually, we are talking about actually traditional our yoga systems like Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga, and whatever our Raja Yoga. Then other some derived yogas are modern styles like Vinyasa Yoga and Aerial Yoga and all those. How we can
Okay.
know the advancement and all those? Like Vinyasa, we don't
Let me
know
tell you.
about Vinyasa Yoga and this.
Yes. Even when I was doing before Vinyasa Yoga, I thought that Ashtanga Vinyasa is nothing but it works on physical level. But I went into that. It is introduced by a modern yoga guru, Pattabhi Joyce ji.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But when I went to the course, I understand the depth of that course. What they meant is the same thing. Yoga combining. They combine the flow. Flow means the body movement with the breath. In Ashtanga Vinyasa, we use force breathing.
Okay.
Not force, actually, we use Ujjayi breathing.
Okay.
Ujjayi breathing helps to temperate up your body or to warm up yourself.
Yes,
And
sir.
that helps in doing Ashtanga Vinyasa. And Ashtanga Vinyasa is something, a flow which connects one posture to another posture. So
Yes,
there
sir.
also the connection is there. How you
Yes.
go from one posture to another posture is been taught in Ashtanga Vinyasa. So
Yes,
there
sir.
are 6 sequences.
Yes, sir. And the question is
Level 1,
same
level 2, level 3.
Yes, sir. Question is actually same connected for next question, sir. Like
Yes.
this Vinyasa Yoga and Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga, and this are like traditional education system, what is a yogic education system like PG diploma and MSc. So why the syllabus is not included like Hatha Yoga Pratipika and whatever the traditional texts are there? Any modern updations are considering?
I mean, sorry, I actually quietly didn't get your question. Into our present educational system or in
Yes.
yogic education system?
No, yogic education system itself only, but we are learning only the traditional systems, whatever the traditional texts are there. But why can't not included in the modern, whatever the technology means, whatever the advancements?
Okay,
At
it
least
is
we
going
come
to
to know
become some kind of controversial actually.
No, sir. Actually, at least we come to know that is there a right track or just people are making the money for some advancement and all those. Sometimes we are thinking the same what you told actually for the making the publicity and making the money, and it is harmful also. Like so, if it is really worthful and it is actually useful to us, why we can't actually recognize or we at least to learn some good advancement techniques. Is there any source to know all these things?
I'll answer you this thing. It would be very helpful if the yogic education or yogic knowledge will be also introduced into our modern system. But I hope now that thing has been going on. But one thing I will tell you, because from since many years, this thing haven't been introduced as a part because nobody knows what it means. Nobody knows what Bhagavad Gita means because we, our own, like I can't say our own, but our own parents are well, hey, why are you reading Bhagavad Gita? What will you get? Go and read science, go and read social. But no one knows that Bhagavad Gita is nothing but a kind of psychology study. They don't know. They say, hey, what do you do if you go to prayer temple? But they doesn't know the science behind the temple.
Yes,
Because we are not aware of these things and we are not doing these things. Even though if we are aware of these things, at last it comes to the matter of money. Because the money is present age as sustainability. Even if I studied, I have to pay the fees in lakhs for my course. Because
yes.
I have studied for 5 years continuously. So it will be in lakhs, quite common. So something money is which you have to give. So money is something, making money is not wrong, but only doing it for making money is wrong. What I feel, I teach yoga, but I don't take the money for yoga. I take for the time which I spent for you. I take money only for the time I gave for you, but not for the yoga which I taught you, like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.